Hey Ava, got a minute?
Sure, what's up, Kevin? It's always great to hear from you.
Remember that Williams opportunity 2 years ago that we couldn't make it happen because William opted out with Franco Colapinto for the last remainder of the season, and them signing for Carlos Sainz for 2025.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Tough break.
Well, this is different. This is Alpine. They're looking for a second driver, and they're really keen on you. They want to get you on track, see what you can do.
Alpine? Are you serious? Kevin, are you serious about this?
Dead serious. This could be it, Ava. This could be your shot at Formula One. Alright, Ava. This is it. You're inside the Alpine's 2023 car. Just put in some lap time, have some fun, be confident, and just show them what you could do, and they might be impressed.
No surprise due to their extensive history within the sport. Ferrari are one of the most successful constructors in the world. Double digits. The chicane of turn 14 and 15 is often criticised disrupting qualifying. However, it does have its uses. Its slow nature compared to the rest can give the teams useful insight into what vehicle setups are going to be the most effective. Fernando Alonso became the first Spanish Formula One driver.
Ava. Congratulations. I will be the first to tell you that you have secured yourself a seat at Alpine.
Kevin, are you serious? Oh my god, thank you.
Congratulations, Ava. You deserve this. You earned this. You got this. Ava, you are the first ever female F1 driver. Now, I'm not going to take up any more time of your day. Head over to Monaco. Your agent is waiting for you. Hello, everybody. It is Kevin here, and welcome back to the F1 25 career season as we are playing as Ava Johnson to be the first ever female F1 driver to join the grid and to join Alpine as whole. As you guys see in the beginning of the video, it was a whole story leading up to this, and I wanted to make it as a great story as possible. But yeah, this is pretty much the beginning of the career mode. I wasn't planning on doing this. This wasn't a thing that I was gonna do. This wasn't a video I was planning on doing, but I was like, you know what, I've been seeing a lot of good things about F1 25, so I was like, might as well jump into it, and this time different way. I actually got it on PC, so we're going to add some mods here and there and going to have some more fun, have some more storytelling and everything. But other than that, we're going to just, you know, jump into it. We're just gonna have some fun playing as Ava, have her story be written into the F1 world, and to be the first ever female to just be in qualifying, be in practice, be in a legitimate Grand Prix, and it's gonna be a fun story. And I'm looking forward on doing all this and just having a great time doing it, as we are going to jump into free practice 1 and then into qualifying. We're gonna have a press conference actually for Ava, just to see where her head is and what the media wants from her.
Ava, this is a monumental moment for the sport. You are the first ever female to secure a full season seat in Formula One. How do you feel about making history here in Australia?
It's an incredible feeling, honestly. It's something I've dreamed about for so long. And to be here representing not just myself, but also all the aspiring female drivers out there, it's truly special. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with it, but mostly, I'm just incredibly excited to get on the track.
What race number will you be using for the season?
I've chosen number 15. That's the age I was when I truly knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that Formula One was my life goal. I was already making a name for myself in the junior series, and it's just clicked. This is what I wanted to achieve. From that moment, it went from being a dream to a concrete objective. It's also a number I haven't seen any other F1 driver use yet, so I'm hoping to make it my own. I'm incredibly excited for my debut. I know it's going to be a challenge from start to finish, from the very first lap in practice to the last race of the season. But what's really intriguing is that the 2025 cars are supposedly closer than ever in terms of performance due to the regulation. That could make for some truly thrilling racing, so we'll see what happens, but I'm ready for the fight.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter of a free practice session. It's great to be back.
Real quick, I'm just going to give a shout out to the provider for the helmet design here. I'm not sure his name, but I will put a link in the description down below of the link of the helmet, so you guys go ahead and check it out if you guys want. This is what I mean. Like, if I was playing this on the Xbox, I wouldn't be able to put these designs or these helmet designs on my player and in general in the game. So just putting it on the game and looking at it legitimately while I'm playing it, it's amazing just to see.
Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we can have a great year, so let's go.
So we're gonna go ahead and put in some story into this. There's gonna be a lot of stories. There's gonna be a lot of written story about this, and I'm looking forward on sharing that story with you guys, because I've been thinking about it and been wanting to do this for quite some time, and we're gonna make this happen. And I hope you guys are joining with me in this journey and just exploring it with me.
Okay, mate, nice and steady here. I want a representative lap, because this is what's going to set our race strategy.
So throughout this whole FP1, obviously it's just me trying to get comfortable with the car. This is a brand new F1 game, so the handling is a lot differently than I'm used to. From what I heard, the handling is just exactly like F1 23. And with the handling, of course, of F1 24, it's just basically mixed together. So basically, it's the same handling of 2023 with 2024. but mostly it's the same handling for 2024 and just slightly bit of a handling for 2020 from F1 2023. So it's just me going around doing a couple of laps to see and trying to get the hang of the handling of the car. So that's pretty much what I've been doing on the FP1. Normally I don't really do him, but I'm doing it now just so we get used to the handling of the car, because it is pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised on how the handling felt, but nonetheless I actually really enjoyed it. I put in some lap times here, and obviously it's just free practice, so the lap times aren't really represented to the actual qualifying or the pace of the car in the full Grand Prix. It's just pretty much me putting any practice in and just me going at it and just seeing what I could do with the car. But it's been fun. I love the graphics in this game. I love how it looks. It's a new engine and pretty much for F1. It ditched pretty much the old graphic design for the older gen of the consoles, and now that we have a much polished and newer and looking game, it seems nice to have and everything. But yeah, so we're gonna just like do a few more laps of this. This is probably my final lap of doing the FP1 free practice and just running out and just testing the car in general. And we're gonna just jump straight into the results of FP1. And like I said, the it does not represent the qualifying time that I'm gonna get, and it does not represent the pace of the car. It's just FP1, and it is what it is. And it, even though I'm up there, doesn't really say, or does justice on what I could actually do in qualifying and all that. So we're gonna jump into qualifying and see what we could do. And yeah, from what I know, qualifying is gonna be a full wet session, so that's gonna be fun. And I never had any practice in the wet, so we're gonna experience it. We're gonna have some fun, and we'll see what we could qualify in.
And a warm welcome, everybody. We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park, and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
As qualifying is pouring rain, not necessarily pouring rain, but it's raining and it's making the track very wet. So this is literally my first time ever just racing in the wet weather, and honestly I didn't feel that bad on it. Like driving in the rain didn't feel that horrible, didn't feel that bad to me. I kind of was too careful, in my opinion, to even remotely even push it. But I felt comfortable racing in the rain. I really did. And I don't know, just for whatever reason, in the F1 24 game, actually I felt very comfortable and very in sync on when it comes to racing wet weathers and just anything wet condition. I was always very comfortable on racing it. And I don't know, I think because in the F1 24 game the front end was very pointy, and it was very responsive. So it just made me do the qualifying in wet weather, or just in general wet weather racing, really great of a performance. But this is Q1, and this is my first one as in the wet condition, and so far I'm not really losing much time. Honestly, it's always going to be the first run that's always going to give you the best lap time that you can handle. And I'm going through all the corners as careful as possible, and I'm taking every precaution that I can just to make and get through Q2 pretty much, and just get great lap time in. And as I'm going to the third last corner, pretty much I'm gonna go ahead and do the other long right hand, and then to the last few corners of the circuit, touch the grass a little bit, slid there, and I thought that was gonna cost me a lot more time, to be honest. Just touching the grass a little bit and me losing a bit of grip and just sliding just a tiny bit. I thought I was gonna lose a whole heave of time, but I didn't. Just 1 minute 31 seconds. It's not too bad for an 8th place, which is pretty decent, right behind my teammate of Pure Gasly. So that was a great first run. as we are starting our second run toward the end of Q1. Only a few seconds left. It looks like the track is getting drier throughout the session of Q1, but it's still pretty damp, so the circuit is still pretty wet to go out there. But we have fallen. Ava Johnson has fallen to 12th place, and we are still in contention to make it to Q2, but nonetheless we still got to put in a lap time because everybody could improve. As I hit the wall, and surprisingly I didn't catch any damage, and I didn't lose many times as well through that sequence of corners there, which is surprising that I didn't lose any damage at all. I was asking my engineer, but for some reason it was a bit bugged and glitched there, and he didn't want to tell me anything. But nonetheless, we are going through this long straight of the infamous Australian Grand Prix. Melbourne part is always one of my favorite tracks to race in. Always have been, always will be my favorite track to race in. And it's proven in here. Even qualifying is always nice to put in the lap time. As we fall to 19th place, right above Lance Stroll, we are trying to make it through to Q2 as we are gaining time left and right, which is ironically surprising, but that's because the track is dry. It is pretty much dry at the moment, so we are gaining multiple seconds to the line, and we're gonna go ahead and make it through the line right now and make it through Q2. I believe we just finished 8th place in Q2, which is a great start for us as a rookie. As for Ava, rookie start making it to Q2 is always a big achievement, as Pierre Gasly finishes P3, which is nice to see. So starting Q2, our first run seems pretty decent right now. Honestly, it's my first run, so we're gonna get some great sectors and purple sectors and all that. But as you can see in the track, it's dry. It's very dry, and for some reason we are all still in intermediate. I don't know if it's because of the visual glitch or just visual in general that the game has, but you can't really tell when the track is actually wet or is dry, or the circuit is damp or is it dry. It's pretty hard to tell. It's a thing that I think Codemaster needs to look into a little bit more, but right now it's still, I guess, damp enough, or just it's just a precaution that we're going to be running with intermediates as we are running to the end of our first flying lap. And honestly, it's dry enough that we are gaining a lot of time here, and we are gonna pretty much get a great position when we literally just get the fastest lap time right now in the first run that we have. But that doesn't stop there. Just because we get the first and fastest lap right now, we are P1, doesn't mean that we have a second one to go through, and we are doing that now because the circuit is dry. It's driest than it has been because this is our first time ever using the soft compound. And honestly, just because I am in second place right behind Yuki Tsunoda does not mean that I'm going to make it to Q3, because time will be found and the circuit is dry enough, and it is pretty much dry enough for everybody to increase their lap time, and so are we. We are going to increase our lap time as well, but who knows? This is Australia. Australia's always been a tricky track, but again, it's a fun track. You just got to get the corners right. And as we are going through every nooks and crannies, every corners, I keep saying nooks and crannies, but I mean corners. Every corner that we go to, the first corner that we went through was pretty sloppy and slow, so we lost a little bit of time there. But we are going through the long back straight that I love so very much, because it's just the longest straight and it's the funnest straight in Australia ever. And glad that they added a DRS zone here, because it just makes it even more competitive and a potential overtake opportunity. As we have purple first sector, purple second sector, so we are gaining time very quickly. We are over 4 seconds ahead of our previous lap time as I touched the grass once again, and I thought I would lose a lot of time there, but unfortunately unfortunately we didn't. We are going through pretty much the second to last corner here. We are going to the last corner, and we are gaining pretty much 5 seconds in our previous laps, and we are going through the line right now. We are P15 right now, but we are going to make it through to P1, because the circuit's dried up. The circuit's dried up, and we were just quicker through all the sections and sectors, so we just gained that much time. As Pierre Gasly is in a P9 and Kick Sauber was actually in P10, which is very, very interesting to see that Kick Sauber are doing really well for themselves. As we are in Q3, our last run, I skipped over our first run because it wasn't really a great lap time. We pretty much positioned ourselves in the P7, but this is our second run right now with a freshly new soft that I put on, so we are going to gain time a little bit here throughout the lap. And yeah, so I had the taste of Q1 and Q2 being wet condition, and I felt comfortable in it. And you know, being toward the end of Q2, it got drier, and I felt even more comfortable being on the soft with this car. This car is pretty quick. You know, the Alpine has been actually pretty quick through the circuit. Very surprised. You know, I wasn't expecting to be this competitive and this quick, especially for our rookie season, for Ava's rookie season. Sorry about that. But she's been proving herself. She's been actually improving that she can belong in Formula 1, as we are obviously in P10 while everybody else improved their lap time, as we are making our last few corners here to the line. And what we're gonna be, I don't know what position are we gonna get. I have no idea. Pierre Gasly, our team, is in P9, so that's gonna be a great position for him, a great start for the season for Alpine, especially the fact that both their drivers are in Q3, as we finish in P6. Our rookie season for Ava, we finished at P6, a great qualifying potential, a great qualifying run in general, making it to Q3, and out qualifying our teammate Pierre Gasly is basically remarkable and unseen. Pretty much, it's very rare to see a rookie like Ava going against a really pro of Pierre Gasly and beating them in a qualifying section. It's amazing to see. So this will leave a great Grand Prix during the race. It's gonna be fun to see what we could do in P6, and yeah, we'll see what Ava could do in the circuit.
The winter is over. It's time for Formula 1 2025. Yes, that long break that you've all been coping with so well can now be put to the back of your minds. It's on-track action and it's off-track drama. That's what we're looking forward to. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. It's a combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners, making it a very tricky track when it comes to overtaking. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Piastri, Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz, Ava, Hülkenberg, Antonelli, Ocon, and Pierre Gasly, Albon, Norris, Fernando Alonso, and Hamilton, Lawson, Hadjar, George Russell, and Ollie Behrman, Bortoletto, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And joining me in the commentary box today with the best view on what is about to unfold and some strong views on the action we're about to see, Naomi Schiff. As much as I like testing, and I do love testing, and I've really enjoyed the build-up here and all the speculation, I really want to see some action. And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
This is always such an exciting time in the season. First of all, it's the first time they'll be racing their new cars. So that's always an exciting thing for drivers to look forward to. But also, they've had a long time off during the winter break. So it's about dusting the cobwebs off, getting the rust off of their bones, and really getting their elbows out there and having some fun.
As we are getting prepared to start the Grand Prix, it looks like it's going to be a one-stop strategy. Mediums too hard compounds. I was playing around with it just to see if a two-stop was quicker or a one-stop was quicker, but it seems like the one-stop is the quickest choice for us to pick for the circuit. A one-stop to medium to hards seems like the best bet. But yeah, so we're gonna jump into it and see what result we could get for Ava's debut race, and see if she could impress any more other drivers around her.
So as the formation lap gets underway here for the first time this season, each driver will be wanting to make an impactful start to their season by earning those crucial points and getting a confidence booster right from the off.
As you can see, there's a whole bunch of mixed strategy between mediums to hards, and the only person that's starting on the soft is himself, Sir Lewis Hamilton, starting on the soft,
So as
possibly
all the
doing a
cars
two-stop.
reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Alright, Ava, debut race, make me proud. You know what to do.
Thank you, Kevin. Let's make this worthwhile. Let's get a good result in this race.
As all the cars that are piling up to the line to start this Grand Prix at the Australian Grand Prix, Alpine, one of the most infamous track ever. We're to go to 5 red lights, and away we go. It's a great start from Charles Leclerc with Max Verstappen right next to him, as we have a good start and we just pass Carlos Sainz when we're going head to head, trying to pass over Oscar Piastri and Yuki Tsunoda. But let's be fair, it's gonna take some while as we touch the wall. It's gonna take us a while for us to even gain some position against these two. These two are pretty much, you know, the legitimate top guns out there. They're the top of the R&D tables. McLaren and Red Bull are forced to be reckoned. I'm just still surprised that we qualify in P15, as we are seeing Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Yuki Tsunoda, and Oscar Piastri going to the top four. Top 4 are racing very hard. Charles Leclerc is leading the pack. Max Verstappen high on his tail, pretty much, just trying to catch up to him and try to potentially take the lead away from him, as we are focusing with Oscar Piastri. Nothing too crazy so far has happened, just an easy ongoing start of the race. Nothing seems to go wrong, nothing seems to go, you know, horrible or, you know, even good. It was pretty much just a neutral start for us in Ava, as Ava does a critical just oversteer and just head straight to the grass, as also Hulkenberg is taking the position away from her. While is that going on, Pierre Gasly is finding his old teammate that used to be Alpine teammate of Esteban Ocon, as Gasly is trying to take the position away from Esteban Ocon. But they're fighting, scrapping away. These AIs fighting this year has from what I've seen, it's been very remarkable and very nice to see. It's very, very tight and very realistic in a way, and they do fight just to try to get the position away from one another. But it looks like Pierre Gasly has taken that position away from him, and he is now in P9, as I clipped the wall, and surprisingly I don't have any minor or big damage to the car. Again, I am trying to work out the handling of this car. It's kind of weird just going around the circuit with it for some reason. It just feels a bit odd for me. But throughout the whole Grand Prix, I feel a bit more comfortable just racing around the track and just trying to see what I could do to get familiarized with this, as we're having a great tussle with Nico Hulkenberg, and then Nico went for the moving car size, as Ava does the same thing, taking P6 away from Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is a force to be reckoned with, and Nico Hulkenberg is a force to be reckoned with as well, as the kicks out. We're all the way up to P5, which is amazing to see. Normally, when you see a low-rated R&D car, they don't really perform as well. But from what I've seen on other videos and just in general, that I think it's just based on the track, on how the car performs, it's what makes the car strong or not. and some cars are weaker than others in certain tracks, and that shows a lot throughout this whole series, and in general just like this whole race. It shows that our car, the Alpine, is a lot stronger in the Australian Grand Prix, but maybe in the next few other circuits, the circuit that we're going to be going to is going to be a lot more difficult as we lunge it for Nico Humphrey. Not trying to hit him, but go to the outside and make that overtake on him and secure P5, where we basically qualified in. So this is hard to relate on what's going to be happening in the next few seasons. I don't know if we're going to always have a great race like this one. I don't know if we're going to have a more horrible and tough time racing in other tracks, but time will tell. This series is going to be a long one, and to be fair as well, I'm going to put my hand up. I think I might have had the difficulty set to a bit too easy for me. Normally I would like to have it in a certain area where I feel a bit comfortable playing the game and just having fun playing the game, and the difficulty isn't too strong, but also not in a way that's also too easy. So I might have gotten the AI difficulty on this a bit wrong, so maybe this is why I'm also in the top 5 fighting against the top cars, and maybe this isn't as realistic as I want it to be, but sometimes you just gotta work around it and also make a story out of it. Just make it seem and sound a bit better than what it is. But nonetheless, I will be fixing and working around the best settings and the best AI difficulty for the near future of the videos, as we are just going through laps after lap. Not a lot happened in this Grand Prix, I'm not going to lie, but it is some fights that has happened. I'm right now trying to go and get Oscar Piastri. I'm gaining on him, but I'm also losing time on him, so it's kind of hard for me to even judge on what our pace is right now. As also, Carlos Sainz is right up our tail. He is gaining pretty quickly against us. He is trying to catch up to us and trying to get the just trying to secure himself P5 from us. But it's proven difficult. Albert Park is a long track, and things could happen. 100% things could definitely happen. But as right now, Carlos Sainz is heading to this sharp right 90-degree angle turn that's very hard to just master, but it's always fun to actually do it once you get it right. As we are just settling in P5 and trying to get a great air, like clean air from us, as Lewis Hamilton, the first person that heading to the pits. Remember, he started on soft, so he had a great run from P14 to P11 with the soft, but now he is switching over to the medium tires to get more precision and to go longer and to see if he can get more precision throughout the track and throughout the whole Grand Prix. But we're gonna stick with us for a while and see what Ava could do. And also, guys, like throughout this whole series too, I'm gonna do a lot more of there's gonna be a more commentary type series. There's gonna be a few commentary here and there, but not as much commentary. It's gonna be more of a onboard type commentary with Ava and her engineer and with her manager Kevin. It's gonna be a whole story there where you're gonna hear more Ava talk through the radio than anything. You're not gonna hear me as much, and I just want to make it more immersive and more enjoyable and just more in depth, so you guys could see and just have the feeling of how this whole experience is gonna be for a female F1 driver being behind the wheel of an F1 car. But yeah, so here and there you guys gonna hear some commentaries from Ava. You're gonna hear some Ava talking on board to her managers and to her engineer and whatnot, and some strategy calls. So you're gonna be hearing that here and there. There's gonna be some example in this videos. But right now, as lap 9 comes around, Carlos Sainz is getting pressured by Kimi Antonelli, one of the young rookies, one of the youngest rookie in the grid tonight, and he overtakes Carlos Sainz with ease. Kimi Antonelli is probably for one of my favorite F1 driver to this day. I'm a huge fan of his. as a young 18-year-old that could do what he does. It's really remarkable and impressive to see. So I'm a huge fan of his work, and to say that a 27-year-old like me is a huge fan of an 18-year-old, that says a lot. And he has a lot more skill and you know awareness than anybody. As caution, yellow flags hit the air, and it's Carlos Sainz gonna be the first DNF of the season, which is very unfortunate, very unfortunate for him. It's kind of almost like in real life where he ended up spinning in during the safety car period, and he just ended up DNFing throughout the race. But this is heartbreaking for Carlos. It could have been a great result for him. He could have definitely probably finished in the top 5 with me, but an unfortunate end for Carlos Sainz, which end his race 10 laps in and couldn't even finish the remaining of the 19 laps that were left. But so far we are doing good. We are on lap 10. Our pit stop is going to be coming up very soon in lap 13, as I'm also pushing and trying to gain on Oscar Piastri. I'm gaining a bit of time, as in the same lap where Carlos Sainz had DNF, Max Verstappen is going to pass Charles Leclerc. Is he right now? Not sure, but he had DRS, and he's going to go around the outside and pass Carlos Sainz to get P1 away from Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, who was holding that position for quite some time throughout the whole Grand Prix and just now loses it. But right now, we are focusing, we're gaining time on Oscar Piastri, and we are extending our advantage to Kimi Antonelli. So we are in the middle ground, doing well for the car and for the team. Alright, Ava, you're doing well. Keep your concentration. You are P4 at the moment, but this is not your actual position. People have pitted before you. And how does the tire feel? Let me know. You're gaining on Oscar Piastri right now.
Mate, the tires are gone. The tires are just worn out. Like, I'm losing grip left and right. You sure I could catch up to Oscar Piastri?
Yes, we think you could pass Oscar. We believe that you're going to be ahead of him at the end of the Grand Prix.
Okay, copy. I do my best here.
As you could hear from both Ava and Kevin, they were discussing if Oscar Piastri was basically possible to pass during this stint of the medium tires, but honestly, it's very difficult when the tire wear are this severe, especially when the season just started. We need to develop more R&D and to get the upgrades to have a better tire situation and to have a tire control management where we don't run out our tires pretty quickly and we don't overheat them, or we don't even wear them out. So we need to get some R&D of the upgrades for the tires, so we don't have to struggle with this high tire rate. As you can see, it's 63% on the top left, 54 bottom left, and it's difficult. It's definitely difficult to even just manage the tires, especially on how F124 was. It's basically using the same format of the tire wear in F125, which I really do like, because it makes you think on how hard you have to push and how much you need to ease off on using so much tires so you could actually have a great performance. But lap 13 comes around and we couldn't really pass Oscar in the last 2 laps, so we're gonna have to go into the pits right now to change to our first stop and to pretty much change to the hard tires and see if the hard tires are a lot more better than the medium tires, because we all know that the hard tires are very hard to warm up, and it's really it's a lot slower than the other 2 compound of the medium and soft. But the hards do last longer, and they can, and from what I've been seeing in real life in F1, sometimes the hards are the reliable tires to use during the Grand Prix, because sometimes they go through some graining sequences, but then they do end up picking up to be a lot better, as we are right behind Hadjar and Lawson, both of the teammates of the Racing Bulls, formerly known as the Reset Cash App RB or VCARB, as you guys want to call it. But we are going to go ahead and just have a great stint with the hard tires and see what we could do here, as we are making some time behind the Racing Bulls, as they still need to go ahead and pit, I believe, to the medium tires, because they've been on the hard tire for the last 15 laps. As we are seeing right now in lap 15, Leclerc, Verstappen, Piastri, and Stoner all close together. All of them close together, especially Piastri trying to fight Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda, I believe, had pitted to another set of tires, as Oscar Piastri still needs to make his other pit stop to the medium compound. I believe that's what's happening right now. As you know, Verstappen is chasing after Leclerc, as Yuki Tsunoda is going to go ahead and pass Oscar, as I did not capture this because this was a great move from Max Verstappen, going in the outside to take P1 from Leclerc once again, because Verstappen, I believe, has a 2-stop, maybe. I'm not sure what stop he had. I couldn't see. As in the same sequence, we are going to try to pass Isaac Hazard, but we couldn't. We just backed out of it because we didn't want to cause a collision between us two. So we have another DRS zone that we're going to go ahead and from left to right. So we're going to go right into the inside of the recarb and take that position from Isaac Hazard. He's not pretty much in our race. He's basically more down below. He just has not stopped for his first pit stop yet. So we are just still going ahead and getting some position and making some gains to Lewis Hamilton, who is on his second stop with the medium compound. He is eventually going to do his second stop to, I believe, the hard compound, or maybe potentially the medium compound, to finish the race. But right now we are catching to Lewis Hamilton as expected, because his mediums are 100% more worn out than ours, because he did started on the soft compound. So he came in early, and you know, it's expected for him to come in within the next lap to change to the hard compound, or potentially the medium compound for his last stint of the Grand Prix, as we are trying to gain him. And as of that going on in lap 18, looks like Liam Lawson has a mechanical failure as well. Same one, maybe not the same one, but there's another DNF in the Grand Prix of Liam Lawson, this time in the Racing Bulls, which is very unfortunate for him, because you know, it's kind of tough to just have a DNF in the first race of the season. It's never great to experience. But right now we are going to lap 21 out of 29. It was skipped ahead because not a lot was going on. As of right now, we are getting pressured from Norris and Sonona. Norris is pretty much the quickest one here. He is on a fresher medium tire. I saw him hitting the pits before and in the last few laps, so he has a lot more fresher tires than we do, as we are trying to finish the circuit. I keep saying the circuit. We are trying to finish the Grand Prix in a high note, at least a great podium, maybe potential a top 5 finish, but we do not know, as we are expecting to see some rain in the last few laps of the Grand Prix, which was hinted in the sequence when the race was about to start, as Norris going to the inside but caught me off guard, which messed up my racing line. So this ended up leading to Norris having a great advantage to go to the outside, actually, to overtake me. I wasn't going to put up a fight. I knew I just could not keep Norris from behind. You know, Norris is such a great driver in general, and you know, he's not on my level right now in this Grand Prix. I don't know why I'm up here, but I am up here fighting with these guys, but he is not on my level. But right now we are also getting pressurized from Yuki Tsunoda.
Fucking hell, man. I touched the grass.
That's okay, Ava. Stay focused. We still have a few laps left. It is not over until it's over.
I know, mate. I know. But Oscar's right behind me now.
Just stay focused, Ava. You got this. and staying focused she needs to be right now. Oscar Piastri is literally right up her tails. He is less than 10,000 of a second or 1 second, however you guys want to measure this out. He is literally right behind her. As that lap has been going on, Hamilton has been passing and making some gains on other drivers and gaining on Albon, as also our teammate up here Gasly is gaining on Hamilton as well, potentially hopefully scoring a point for the team. As right now Mark is asking us to keep hold of position until lap 29 to Oscar Piastri, which is going to be proving a lot difficult because despite that we are gaining on Yuki Tsunoda right now, does not mean that we have the pace to keep Oscar from behind, because he is on medium tires, a lot more better tires than the hard, as Pure Gasly makes a wonderful outside move to secure P10 and take over and overtake Alex Albon. As right now in lap 28, 2 laps to go, the rain is here. The rain is here right now as we gain a lot more seconds, 2 seconds to Oscar because of the beating compound and because of the rain. As you guys can see, I overshot the corner, the apex of that turn, because the track is slippery. It's very slippery. It's not as slippery to the point where the intermediate needs to come into play, but it is slippery and it is hard to manage, and especially the fact that the hard tires were a lot more worn out for me. But as of right now, that this is 2 laps to go, I think we are going to finish on P5. We cannot catch Yuki Tsunoda, but we are managing our gap to Oscar Piastri at the moment, as Ava is about to finish her first ever Grand Prix and the Australian Grand Prix in an impressive drive from her, an impressive debut of a female rookie driver in the Formula 1 grid, is finishing possibly in P5. Hold if nothing ever happens yet. It is not over until it's over, as we are going to the last few corners of the lap 28 out of 29. Yuki Tsunoda is still ahead of us. We cannot gain him. We cannot seem to catch up because this rain is getting a bit harder as our tires are very worn out. We are achieved our objective on keeping Piastri ahead of us until lap 29. So no loss there. We are good. We are 100% good here, as we are just saving ERS right now to potentially trying to get Tsunoda in this last lap. But as every corner hits us, is a lot harder for us to keep the tires warm and to keep the tires from slipping and hitting walls. And we're losing grip because of the rain and on the tire wear. As right now Charles Leclerc is trying his best to get Max Verstappen in the last lap, but it doesn't seem possible because of the rain. The rain is proving very difficult for Charles Leclerc to even get a chance to even run Max Verstappen in the last lap. And Max Verstappen, as always, the best, one of the best, the greatest of all time in the near future, one of the best Hall of Famer that's going to come into Formula 1 history, the Dutch driver of Red Bull, Max Verstappen, wins the Australian Grand Prix with fashion. Who knows? Obviously, every time where Max Verstappen is in the game, he's probably 100% going to win with that Red Bull machine, which is quite, it needs to be studied. Like, it really needs to be studied every, like, from F1 22 to F1 25 right now. Max Verstappen always, pretty much in the most part, wins the first race of the season, which is really ironic and really crazy to see. But as of us, as Ava Johnson, the first ever female driver to even host and to compete in Grand Prix, finishes in P5 with a great result. Great job, Ava. A debut race to remember. P5, congratulations.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, team. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
Yes, there indeed. There is no Verstappen, Max Verstappen. Verstappen, Max Verstappen. It's such, it's always surreal just to see Max win the first Grand Prix of the season. It's always a thing that's going to happen every time when you start a new season of my career or my team. Max Verstappen always pretty much wins the first race of the season. But after that, in a couple of other seasons, he doesn't really win as much, but he still, you know, does potentially be up there in the podium and so on and so forth. But yeah, guys, that was the first episode of Ava Johnson's first ever rookie debut in Australia Grand Prix. Let me know what you guys think of this video so far. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video so far. As I discussed before, there's gonna be a bit more difference making of this video. It's gonna be a more commentary, more of interaction with Ava and her manager, aka engineer, or even with the engineer, as you know the season goes on. So we're gonna just go through everything that's going on right now. Max Verstappen obviously wins the race. Lando Norris has an amazing result as he elevates himself from P12 to P3 to finish in the podium. Yuki Tsunoda finished P4 as Max Verstappen is leading the Drivers' World Champion. As Ava, the rookie of a female driver in Alpine, scores 10 points in P5 in the Drivers' Champion as Pierre Gasly scores 1. And for us, Indy is Constructors' Champion. Alpine has 11 points ahead of Aston Martin, I think that was, or Mercedes. I missed what it was, but yeah, that is it, guys. That is the whole video. I hope you guys did enjoy this first episode of the driver career for Ava Johnson. I hope you guys are willing to watch more and enjoy it more that will come in the near future. Thank you guys so much for enjoying this video and watching it with me and just, you know, going through it with me. It means a lot. I'll catch you guys next time on the next driver career in China. See you guys there.